All right, everybody. Good morning. As you can see, this is not a planned video. I am enjoying a slow Sunday morning, or was trying to enjoy a slow Sunday morning. Waking up late, bedhead, the whole 9 yards, still in my robe. But then I got pissed. Okay? So, I think that one of the best ways that I can help support this wholehearted community, this wholehearted movement, is to show you live what to do. Practical things that I do, and maybe they'll work for you too. They work for me. I'm not as kind of fluid, in my speech right now because I am legitimately angry. And so the reasons why I'm angry are typical things that we all go through, just hassles with the kids in the morning, someone insulting, some insults happening. My wife lost something that's really valuable and sentimental, and but again, if I really want to be free in my life, I have to be 100% responsible for my emotions. I have to be 100% responsible. As long as I say, kids, you make me angry. Wife, you make me angry. Circumstances, you make me angry. Then I'm giving my power to kids, wife, circumstances. Now, of course, I want to be in a relationship with these people and we influence each other all the time, but still, I want to be the dominant influence in my life. I want to be in charge of my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings. So I notice I'm in a state of emotional reactivity. I have to be the one to stop and say, is this who I really want to be? Is this who I really am? Is this going to help the situation at all? Is this going to do any good to anyone, including myself? Is it going to make the situation better? The answer is always no. The answer is always no. And I'm the only one that can change my state of being. And then I can potentially access more creative thinking, more heart opening, more resources internally and externally to be able to actually maybe do something that can benefit the situation. So this is really just being practical. This is being effective. This is the willingness for me to say, you know what? I'm not going to get stuck blaming. I'm going to take responsibility for my actions. I'm going to take responsibility for my emotions. I'm going to take responsibility for my thoughts, my interpretations, my perceptions. And I'm going to do something to transform this fucking anger and use it as fuel for something useful in my life. And along the way, I'm going to avoid the buildup of likelihood, heart attack someday or any number of things, right? So, boss man, long time no see, buddy. You just missed the whole intro as to why I'm pissed and what to do when you're pissed and why I'm in my robe and in my bedhead. And I'm going to show people a practical thing that you can actually do when you're angry, but it might not make as much sense without the context. So if it looks weird, go back and look at the context when we're done. I don't want to repeat it right now. So whenever I'm spinning a story about why I'm angry, whenever I'm spinning a story, there's always going to be a story, and that story is always going to keep me more angry. If I continue to think about why my kids were bothering me why they were bothering me this morning, or that my wife lost this thing, or that this insult happened that I noticed, right? If I keep thinking about that, I'm just going to stay angry. And so I have to be willing, the first thing I have to be doing, step one, I have to be willing to stop thinking about why. Stop thinking about the reasons why, even if I'm right, even if they're justified, even if they're valid. I have to be willing to stop, okay? And then I ask myself, well, where do I notice that in my body? And why do I do this? Because if I get in touch with my body sensations and I get in touch with my breathing, that is the part of the brain where the anger is. The anger is not in the intellectual part of the brain. I can't decide. I can't say to myself, just stop being angry. That's not the reptilian part of the brain, the mammalian part of the brain. That's where the anger is. The alarm switch has gone off for whatever reason, and that is deeper in the recesses of my brain, and it doesn't work to just say, dude, stop being angry to yourself, or to beat myself up and say, why are you being so angry? Or just relax. Have you ever tried that with a partner, by the way? Hey, why don't you just let it go? It doesn't work, okay? So I need to I need to get into the part of my being that is associated with that part of the brain in order to turn the alarm switch off. That part of the brain is responsible for my physical movements and sensations, my body temperature, my breath, my heart rate, all these autonomic functions, all these automatic functions. So if I can get in there and influence those things, I can turn off the alarm switch. I can let go of the anger on my own, because remember, it's my anger. I can't blame anyone else. It's me, it's my anger, even though those situations actually happened. And so this is something that I can practically do, and then I'll be able to actually think clearly about the situation and do something positive, okay, to actually potentially solve it and also avoid all sorts of health complications for myself that are related to chronic buildup of anger. So I asked myself, where do I notice it in my body? Oh, okay, I notice anger in my jaw, I notice it in my chest, I notice a funny feeling in my stomach, a nausea. And then I'm gonna say, can I just feel that? And I'm gonna actually breathe into it. I'm gonna breathe into it as if I could blow it up and expand it like a balloon. And then I'm gonna hold my breath. And then I'm gonna ask myself, am I willing to let go of this physical tension? Am I willing to relax? And again, not the story, am I willing to let go of this physical tension? When? As I exhale, I ask myself the question, when? And then I feel my body starting to get loose. Now sometimes it's more intense than that. Sometimes it's like, it's just breathing into it, and I exaggerate it. Hi, Jane. And I exaggerate it. So what I do is I go, I'm actually gonna intensify the physical tension. There is no emotional reaction. There is no emotional tension without physical tension. So I'm gonna exaggerate it. I'm gonna breathe in and go, and I'm gonna squeeze everything, peak muscle contraction. And then I'm gonna release and relax, and I'm gonna start to feel softer. I'm gonna start to notice that my body feels softer. My breath is getting slower. And some of this is gonna be out of context for you that are just jumping on right now, but this is a really useful tool, so go back and watch the whole video. There is no emotional reaction without physical tension. If I'm stuck in the story of why I'm emotionally reacting, I'm gonna continue to. If I keep thinking about my kids, why they were upsetting me this morning, again, even in our language, that's even incorrect language, they were upsetting me. If I think of it, why I was getting upset in reaction to their actions and behavior, why I was getting upset in reaction to the news of my wife losing this thing, why I was getting upset in reaction to this insult, then I own it. It's me, it's mine, okay? And I want that energy back. It's not useful. It's not doing the situation any good. But that upset, that alarm system is in the bottom part of my brain, in the brainstem, in the reptilian part of the brain, the mammalian part of the brain, the limbic system, and it doesn't respond to rational thinking. I need to get into my body and notice that, right on, Timmy, notice that every single part of my, that the anger has associated physical tensions with it, and it also changes the way I breathe. And if I can change and manage those physical tensions and sensations, and I can change and manage the way I'm breathing, then I can actually turn off the alarm switch, anger gone, free thinking, more responsible behavior comes online. So again, I breathe in, I ask myself, wow, God, I'm so pissed. Where do I notice that in my body? Oh, I notice it in my chest right now. Okay, I'm gonna breathe into it. I ask myself, can I welcome it? Can I feel it? Oh, what does that sensation feel? It feels tight. It feels uncomfortable. Can I breathe into it? Can I feel it? And I'm holding my breath. Am I willing to let that tension go? Am I willing to be soft? Am I willing to open up? Yes, as I exhale. Yes, when, now. Automatically, my breath is slowing down. And I can just repeat that as many times as I need to. I repeat and I repeat and I repeat. But then, if it's too intense and it's still not working, I can exaggerate the tension. Am I willing to let this tension go? When? And as you'll learn in many videos that I teach, the more we breathe, the more we exhale, the longer our exhale, the more we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That is the part of our nervous system that is relaxed and healing. So I'm gonna breathe out long and slow. I might even add a hum to it because that helps extend it. And there we go. Anger, gone. Doesn't mean those situations have changed, but I can now walk upstairs into my life and deal with them like the man that I want to be. Love you all. Ciao.